And we are back. Less than an hour, actually, because, well, food got here in good time. We ate in good time. That still has his food out, but whatever. Yep.
The Shandors owned this island for generations. The castle was built in the 1860s. Ivo Shandor used it as a refuge, a lab, and a temple for he and other cultures to worship Gozer.
Okay, that's all well and good. But can someone explain to me how an entire island sinks?
The night the last Shandor died, there was a huge tidal surge, and the river just swallowed the island whole. Shandor consecrated the island to Gozer, and the ghost world reclaimed it.
City's lucky.
That's not creepy at all.
We're lucky now, but soon the ghost world will continue to assert itself into ours, and the damage will be incalculable.
Just another screwed up day at the office.
You talk about escalation, though.
Look at that! Rookie moved the crane.
All right, swing it around.
Almost. Working
physics objects.
Bring it in. Almost there. Whoa! Great.
Yo, new guy.
Good work.
Yes, I am awesome. I am awesome enough to lead the Chicago Ghostbusters. I'll think about promotions later. Excuse me. Ow.
Oh!
Jerk. I looked away for 1 second because I coughed.
You know you only get paid if we live.
Recruit, you okay? Let's keep moving.
No, I'm perfectly
No, my
fine.
rib cage is crushed in. I'm not okay at all. How
You're-
am I living? Oh, we built protection to the suits. You built protection to the suits.
Don't go too far, Ray. We need you. We're gonna need you really fast.
Aye, Z. Raise me on the horn if you need me.
Now he's Captain Ahab. Be careful, Ray.
Let's keep moving. We'll find a place where Ray can put in to get us later.
Check this joint.
That's a $3 million view, even by Manhattan standards.
Dude.
My apartment used to look like this.
Shandor's public architectural style ranged from Federal to Art Deco. His personal tastes, however, obviously lean toward the Gozerian.
Clearly.
Now I see what they mean by early demonic.
Also, you guys, you know a person's evil when their first name is Ivo. Nothing good comes from a person whose first letter starts with, like, I or something.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, I missed one. Fine. Church of Gozer Songbook, circa 1919. Having resuscitated the Dark Church of Gozer and wanting to increase its popular appeal, Ivo Shandor made attempts at updating ancient Siberian joining rituals to modern-day worship songs. The practice of singing in the Dark Church was abandoned soon afterwards.
I got the Gozer in me. Hey, hey, I got the Gozer in me.
Yeah, we're not, no more singing, but no more singing. It's a barrel of fun. Man, I swear, like... is it just because we're on casual, but that, like, even though we take, like, really big hits, we don't really...
Die?
Yeah.
Well, you only die if all the members are incapacitated. Uh-oh. Can't get them down here.
There's an open door.
Hey, we know those guys.
Uh-oh. The gargoyle! Ow.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Ow! Look out!
Oh, that was cool.
Yep.
I'll get on the chat. So.
Nothing's happened in the chat. currently.
Okay. I'll be on standby. Just let me know.
Don't screw it. I got it once.
On the right! Hey, more trouble!
That explains why they attacked the three square. They're dark and Shandor did.
Gazebo would be bittersweet. Security would still work so long as he died.
You know what I always find funny about the selenium thing from the first movie? It means that the buildings are strong against the aliens from the movie Evolution.
Is Evolution in the Ghostbusters universe?
Oh, Dan Aykroyd does cameo.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen that movie since I was a kid.
I've never seen that movie.
Did you happen to see the series that was made after it, Alienators Evolution Continues?
I think I saw 1 or 2 episodes.
I feel like
that was a strange cartoon.
I
even
feel like
by cartoon adaptations of movie standards.
Like, why was it so strange?
Mainly the monster designs. It was a Monster of the Week kind of story, but the monsters came back because, you know, they were presumed to be potential evolutions of this invading race.
Yeah,
First, they can only survive in gaseous environments, then over the series, they learn to tolerate oxygen. It was actually a pretty interesting in this respect that it was an evolving show, even though it was still the heyday of when, like, shows aimed at kids didn't have an evolving story arc.
Look, the door's controlled by that chain.
Hey, you're up, buddy.
Okay, Cadet, you first. I've got
Really?
Oh, look, a burning bush! 2 burning bushes!
Did you know that historically hedge mazes are designed to conceal a secret shortcut?
And also monsters.
Well, there's still one crank that works down there. Try using it to open the door.
So, why do you keep setting these bushes on fire?
Because there are things hidden behind them. And I'm flushing them out.
With fire?
Can you hear that?
Let's
What
keep
the heck is that?
Lol.
What is that?
Evil. I'm not letting myself get ambushed this time.
Winston, can we get out of here?
There it is.
Anguish stuffed bear. The origin of this variety of stuffed bear is not known, but its paranormal behavior, the emitting of an off-putting, though strangely compelling cry of anguish, has been periodically heard since the day it was removed from closed Museum of Taxidermic Curiosities in December of 1867. Is this the one?
I think so.
I think it might be the other one.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, it's the other one. One over there.
But something sounds growly.
Is why I am burning all the bushes.
Because they hide in the bushes?
I feel like they do. At least I can see them coming straight at me if I burn them.
The door looks like it's connected to that crank. See if you can get it to turn.
Yeah, I'm serious about this. I'm not moving forward until I burn all the bushes.
Come on. Today.
Okay, there we go.
There, the bushes can't hurt you anymore.
You know, Wiz of Wonders says, you know, I thought of a storyline where Shiro Emiya is the son of Egon and Janine.
That sounds strange.
Very strange.
Get back up here.
There.
You guys are old guys. Slime fiends?
Slime fiends.
Man, Nickelodeon has never looked so terrifying.
Why did the Ghostbusters never run on Nickelodeon? That seems like an obvious thing.
I can imagine. I remember seeing a Ghostbusters in a Nickelodeon magazine once. Remember Nick Magazine, guys?
I think I remember it.
I never got one.
I did.
Were they fun?
They were fun.
To the right.
And they were like big things, like, you know, pretty sizable issues too. I think I can't remember when they stopped publication of those, but they were always fun to see when I went to the supermarket.
Yeah, that'll work.
I take it we're not welcome.
Yeah?
Oh, you think?
First, I'm gonna get us all name badges that say, "Hello, I'm not welcome," or maybe T-shirts or coffee mugs.
Hey, I'm not welcome. I'm
Fred
Dad.
Hudson delivers things like with such sass.
Alyssa, I see her.
You and me both. She's wearing just a simple terry cloth robe. And she's brought me coffee.
Bankman.
Her, all right. Spitting image.
The resemblance is uncanny. This is Ivo Shandor's mother, painted in 1885.
Oh, great. So we have Marty McFly to thank for this.
Alyssa is a Shandor?
Why does this always happen to me? I meet a girl, she's crazy about me, but she always turns out to be some kind of unbelievable fixer-upper.
This is all making sense. Alyssa must have inadvertently triggered the mandala because she has Shandor blood.
Well,
She
she
doesn't know it.
does come from
When
a
I did a
family
profile, she told me
known
she was
for
adopted.
summoning
Some
demons.
coincidence, huh?
You don't really
Charm joke again.
Okay.
No. Someone must have known and set
The
this
Charm
up.
Sisters really started more problems than they solved, didn't they?
Personally recommended
Yeah.
Alyssa to be the guest curator of the Gozer exhibit.
Heck?
Peck.
Heck? What did he? What a peck.
Shandor must have employed hundreds of workers for years to build this place.
The supports are waterlogged, the mortar is decrepit, and the foundation is shattered. In purely physical terms, there's no way all this can still be standing.
You sound like you're surprised.
Maybe it's held together by black slime.
It's beautiful in a horrific way.
You can't deny the pure genius of Shandor. It's a pity that it was all used for evil. If he would have just channeled some of it for good, the things he could have done.
Yeah, basically, Shandor's whole motivation, in the words of Chad Rocco from Familiar Faces, things are bad, and I'm gonna make them even more bad because I don't like how things are going.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wasn't that from when he did the Destructor Form video?
Yeah, good video actually, very good.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think it's. Oh, never mind.
Okay, I lost it.
You may should have broken. Can you break down that? And
There we go. Fox Hunt on Tiamat Island. The Prismatic Dragon?
I was thinking the Mother of
Being
Monsters.
expansive scene of obtaining prestigious Fox Hunt on Island. Yeah. I just go to the Chaotic Evil Chaos Prismatic Dragon first.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
Huh.
Like polar opposite of Bahamut. And not the Final Fantasy Bahamut either.
Okay.
Look! A mandala!
Mandala.
Posthumous black mass.
What? People still worshiping? Even after they're dead? That's a powerful church, man.
That might explain how these structures are still standing.
Oh yeah, Ethereal's stability induced by sheer focused concentration of posthumous will. Unbelievable.
The place is held together solely by will.
Is that you can still use that word in context.
Damn it, Will! I knew he was trouble when we were kids.
I know.
Ethan!
Hey, I'm just saying that we gave that feral guy one too many chances, okay? And this is what happens.
But he was funny, and
he's not funny
He
anymore.
was never funny. Okay, he was funny in 2 or 3 movies.
Hey. I
like Megamind, okay?
More!
I'm a big fan of his. I think he's funny. He's funnier than most people that try to get out of SNL.
I did like him in Step Brothers. That was a funny movie.
Never saw the whole thing through. Also, Ghost Portal.
Fine!
Where?
Right around that corner.
Ghost Portal. So remember, kids, when you see an interdimensional hole to a ghostly dimension in your basement or your living establishment,
Brave the slime. Otherwise, that's no good.
So, in terms of games to play for Halloween, have you played Infamous Festival of Blood?
you can answer that one first.
I have Infamous 2 and its expansion on download for...
I have never played any of this game.
But I have not played Festival of Blood myself.
I've only played the first Infamous game, which I genuinely like. It had some pretty decent open world mechanics. The combat could get a little bit janky at times, but I appreciate what they were trying to do.
I think that the second game kind of makes it look... It's fine. It's a fine first game, but second game is so much better in every way, shape, or form.
But I will say that if you...
Hey, Caddy! Ha! Caddy. Caddy Shack.
Here, behind you.
No! Get back! Take your imaginary hands off me, man!
No, there's too many.
Egon! They got Egon! Bring him back here! Kid, help us!
Shaking his fist in silent fury.
You need to get to the others so they can help you. Please be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with yet. That sounds big. When big
I'm
things
projecting
attack,
well?
it hurts.
Yeah, you're doing better.
Okay.
Although, do it the one Halloween-related thing that I've always wanted to play, but I don't think I ever will anytime soon.
What?
Red Dead Redemption: Undead Nightmare.
I want to play that game too.
Like, I heard that is a load of fun because it is a game where you can hunt and capture Bigfoot, and the Easter egg is finding the 4 horses of the apocalypse. That is a thing that happens. And like Red Dead
You
Redemption,
really like Bigfoot, don't you?
he is a hairy, majestic creature that just wants to be left alone and eat his food. But people keep harassing him and making reality TV shows on Animal Planet about him. Wouldn't you like it if people try to follow you everywhere with a camera?
Was
It
I
would mean
getting
that
paid?
it would mean that people would be interested in me for once. All I want is people to pay attention to me, but yet when I say that, they look at me like I'm a narcissist. I just want superficial love.
So you want to know what love is?
Do you want us to show you?
So you want me to? Yeah, like David said, you want me to show you? I want to know what love is.
Okay, well, it's not the library. This is still legitimately creepy.
Yeah, because you're investigating. You're inside of Shandor's headquarters, basically. Like,
It's sewer.
you know,
Oh god, this is another sewer level.
I mean, yeah, it's a sewer level. Oh,
There it is.
Jackpot. Wheel of the Alabaster Wench. The Alabaster Wench was lost with all hands while carrying unspecified cargo from Zanzibar. The ship's manifest records the uneasy misgivings of Captain Alfred Gasker. Crew is on edge. We hear the blasted singing from below decks both night and day now. There's no one down there. There's no one down there. I am resolved to pitch that curse of Albanian's strange-shaped crates overboard tonight, and if he protests, he'll go too.
was there more to that?
Shandor's.
Also, I'm thinking that I'm thinking that the crates We're people. Captain, you drowned a lot of people.
Hard for those people be plotting a mutiny. But sir, they were just...
No, they checked. There weren't people, meaning there were people's spirits or something.
Those ghosts be creating a mutiny.
Because I was thinking Shandor just had humans from Zanzibar in crates.
I think it's easier for them to kill them, harvest their spirits, and then do with those what you want.
That makes sense. How are you triggering the flashlight?
I wasn't. That was the game.
Yeah, the game just does that automatically.
Oh, okay.
No, and flickering like that was immersion.
Okay.
Wait, if it wasn't you, then who was turning off the lights?
Nosferatu.
That is a joke that I only got until much later. But yeah, sure, Nosferatu is living in Bikini Bottom now.
You know what's an even better joke? Nosferatu.
Oh, I loved that in the show.
Nosferatu?
It was a
Buzz
robot
Lightyear.
vampire in the cartoon adaptation of Buzz Lightyear from Starkman.
Basically, he was a robot vampire in every sense of the word. He would feast on robot energy and turn them into his uncybered minions.
Does anybody remember that episode of Futurama where Bender became a werecar?
I remember that. That's one of my favorites. Can we watch that too tonight? Also, we have to watch the Summer Ween episode of Gravity Falls.
There's a lot of stuff to do tonight.
Okay, we first watched TV, then Young Frankenstein.
But whatever. Also, that's a lot of slime.
That is a lot of black slime.
You know, it almost makes you wonder if something's gonna pop out of it, right?
Why do you tempt fate?
There is.
I'm just saying, like it would be the perfect opportunity for like a tentacle or a.
Why do you tempt fate?
Fate knows what it did to me.
Yes, it gave you waifus.
And no, and I've never been the same since.
That's pretty much what fate is. It's disguising. It's a waifu generator.
Also,
disguised,
husbandos.
husbandos and waifus disguised as an epic story.
I mean, to be fair, when he's not being edgy, Archer would be like amazing. He can fire blades everywhere. He can cook and clean for you.
Comes.
Oh God, what's going on? You drained all the slime.
How'd you drain the slime? Oh, I must have missed that. Never mind.
So
Oh, I remember this.
So black slime monster. So something did come out of there.
I remember this. The flashbacks.
Scooby Dooby
The
Doo.
horror, the unadulterated PG-13. Ow!
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
Ghostbusters and Scooby-Doo! How has that not been a thing?
Technically, it was in Danny Phantom with parody XPs.
But that's not.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
It.
At least I don't count it. Plus, that was mostly meant to make fun of them rather than have a meaningful crossover. Just like how, I'm pretty sure those extreme kids in that episode was meant to be a...
The Masters Blasters was supposed to be the parody of Extreme Ghostbusters, yes.
And there was another one too, like they were on Extreme Gear. So I'm pretty sure they were meant to make fun of Extreme Ghostbusters. I don't think
I've seen.
that was the first.
I think I've said this before, but I have not seen Extreme Ghostbusters in. I don't think I ever actually managed to catch it on TV. I just know of its existence, and I'm like, if it's another Adelaide production, then I would like to see it.
So many Adelaide cartoons need to be on DVD.
Thank God.
Seriously, they had a consistent level of quality all the way around with them, and they deserve more respect than they got.
Godzilla, the Men in Black series.
Godzilla, I have it at the very least, but I think that's because it was Toho licensed, and Toho puts everything out for distribution.
And also, can we just agree that the Men in Black adult cartoon opening is slick as heck?
It really is.
It's
a great opening.
It sets up everything, gives you the feeling, the mood, and You know what I also love about the Godzilla opening? Like, how it makes me believe that iguana-looking thing
Is Godzilla.
could be considered Godzilla, especially with the final shot of it, like, on the skyscraper and all the monsters are trying to gang up on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the big guy in Rusty. Let's not forget Big Guy in Rusty, with its awesome as hell, uber patriotic opening that just makes you want to.
It's like it's so goofy in this
and it's so, and it's not like a mean-spirited patriotism.
It's not the backhanded cynicism Frank Miller method where it's nationalism.
This is pure love. That it's like you can't help but love it and salute to it. Like I love, like one time at work, I was so bored I started singing it to myself and it actually made me feel better.
Yeah, Adelaide is a company that needed more respect than it got.
It really does, and I pray. You know what I would love to see? A Kickstarter. Oh,
this is the funny one.
The funny one? The Ghostbusters DVD?
What?
See, 2008 Shandor cultists searching for artifacts from the future that would reveal the outcome of their plan for world destruction retrieved only this sad, transparent attempt at cross-marketing. It's an awesome movie, though. Available now, only on DVD.
That is perfect. I love this. So much.
And, like, the thing about Adelaide...
Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis writing the script, a decent company making the combat engine and environments, and then you have all these. You can't picture a better Ghostbusters game than this.
You really can't. It's like, why can't we get some, like, no more top-down shooters or anything? Give us an adventure.
Castle defense either.
No, none of that either.
Yeah,
none
like,
of that. Give us a game where we go out, find ghosts. It's not hard. You don't
like this game.
Give us something immersive.
Like this game already set a pretty good template forward. And
Tara Strong. I think what's the name of Carlton's actor again? I always forget.
Alfonso
Ribeiro.
Yeah, Alfonso's still active voice actor. You could do one for the Extreme team if you wanted to.
Oh, that would be great.
I know, right? Like that could be the logical step to this game.
Yeah, the Extreme Ghostbusters, their own game.
And the only reason
as a top-down shooter to any companies that's spying on us through the camera.
And the only reason they are called the Extreme Ghostbusters is because the ghosts that they bust are like on a different level, right?
Yeah, they were pretty much Lovecraftian horrors. They even had one based off of the Hellraiser series.
Yeah, that was mainly part of the design, but what they noticed in the first episodes was that they were on a different spectral wavelength that made the Neutrona wand technology a bit less effective, whereas the proton guns they used could change frequencies more easily. Frequency modulation, stuff like that.
Oh, and that's the other thing about the Adelaide shows. Whenever they introduced like a new bit of the lore, it actually felt like it made sense.
Yeah, they did their homework.
Right, like you never felt like they. Also, their monster designs. Like I want to talk to their whoever created all their monsters.
So it's like it was never that they had a perfect adaptation, but it's like, you know what, we're gonna do our own thing with this property, and if people like it, they'll like it. Yeah. And that's basically how they worked, and why people came to really like them.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the Godzilla TV, like the Godzilla animated series. All the monsters in that show were unique in one way or the other, and I love that their interpretation of Mechagodzilla as a half cyborg, half dead previous Godzilla robot thing that was like a zombie. You know?
Yeah, and it was.
This must be where
Sadly, Extreme Ghostbusters never used Stan Hain just like showing his design.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they show a lot of monsters in the introductory sequence that they never ended up using. I figured some of that would have been saved for a second season, but like a lot of Adelaide shows, they only got 40 episodes.
Which, at least they used it to the best of their advantage. And their final episode was a crossover of the original Ghostbusters and then...
Granted, it wasn't the last broadcast episode, but it was intended to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That always bugs me, by the way, when companies and when broadcasting companies show stuff out of order. That just always bugs me.
Fox Kids and Kids WB, for what they ran of the Adelaide Library, were pretty consistent about that, but Extreme Ghostbusters ran in syndication.
Yeah.
Which is why it didn't really work well.
Yeah.
You would also, speaking on this, it's a real shame that the Men in Black franchise hasn't really done much, because you would think it would, but after the first very solid movie, the sequel is kind of iffy because it's literally repeating itself. But then the third movie is not outright awful, but it
feels kind of retconny, but it's a time travel movie, so you expect retconny.
Right.
It's not exactly how you should use time travel, but it's referred to as the sequel no one expected they wanted.
Right. Or
I haven't seen it yet though because
it's okay. I saw it in theaters, and Josh Brolin, he's good as K.
As a younger K, like I believe Josh Brolin being a younger Tommy Lee Jones. Like I believe that.
Yeah, and plus it's Josh Brolin. He's a great actor. So
yeah,
so I've never really seen him in anything that I've considered bad, and
there's an MIB comic book apparently.
They're
crossing over with the Ghostbusters, so
yeah.
timing.
And also, MIB is coming back though, having having Thor play new agents played by Thor and Valkyrie from the MCU.
Are they agents T and V?
Ha! Oh!
Seriously, they're making an MIB4 starring different characters?
Seems like
I honestly,
I'm not against that in concept because the Men in Black is kind of a huge universe that you could justify more agents coming in if Will Smith doesn't want to like take a seniority role.
I honestly would be fine with if Will Smith doesn't return, because I'm just kind of sick of Will Smith in general.
I think it's because
Will Smith hasn't exactly been in a lot of good movies in a while.
He mostly does Oscar bait.
Yeah, but like also the Men in Black as a concept to me in like in the real world is like scary to me. Like imagine seeing something weird in the skies, and the next thing you know, two strange men in tuxedos like just knock on your door and tell you to shut the hell up about what you just saw.
It's
like they're cold and unflinching. Like
by the way, one of my only favorite parts in Men in Black 2 was they go back to Kay's old apartment, fourth in the Black film.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He spins the dial and then opens up to reveal a lot of weapons.
And then they just turn to and the family's just like, what the hell? And goes to you do not see a room full of high-tech weaponry or 4 alien nightcrawlers. You will love and cherish each other for the rest of your lives. And then Will Smith kind of ruins it by babbling, but
yeah, I think that was the best way to phrase it because it's an outgrowth from the first movie where Jay tried to use that post-hypnotic suggestion to try and improve things a bit for those kids, so it's like they're not getting out, they're not leaving it with less than they came with.
They're crossing via board game, not comics, sadly.
Oh, we missed something.
Probably, yeah, that was probably our fault. Okay, Chris Hemsworth as Agent H, and Tessa Thompson as Agent F. Oh, it's a London-based Men in Black team. Okay,
I can deal with that.
That works. It's a different take, and I'm all. Emma Thompson is Agent O. I think she was in. Let me check, because I think she was in the third Men in Black movie.
I think what I was more describing with the Men in Black 2 and 3 is that there wasn't much more room to explore Agent
K.
Yeah, like there wasn't much more room to explore the character. At least, I think Adelaide Productions probably managed to fix that, but the movies never really try to go more with it, you know?
Yeah, and Emma Thompson was Agent O. She was Zed's successor in the film because they couldn't get
Alright, so
Rick Torn back.
Do you think you can look, check the collection list to make sure we didn't miss anything?
Oh, the stream list, you mean?
Yeah, we missed one.
Yeah, we missed some. No, like the artifact list.
Oh yeah, right.
Did you click that away from it?
Let me double check that. Sorry.
Okay, it's nearby. I just heard it.
Okay, Ghostbusters video game collection. Sorry about that, guys. Collection.
There it is.
Whoa!
What's the heck?
Slime.
Oh!
The origin is the colorful jar slime is not known, but it can't be all bad. I mean, they're singing barbershop, right? Yeah, that's the last one for this level.
Last one for this level?
Build the Alabaster Wrench. Yeah, we got that. And the Ghostbusters DVD. Yeah, we got everything.
So, on to completing the level, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Yeah, I was wondering why the art design for the Ghostbusters Men in Black thing was weird, because it didn't seem like I would see in a comic. So yeah, board game makes sense.
It doesn't to me. Like, there's no story to a board game. There's a concept to a board game.
Well, I've seen some pretty like high tier board games come through in at Amazon, and I'm like, no, these aren't like they say designed by, and I'm going. There's a story to these board games that like they want you to be aware of.
Hang on, we're almost to you.
Thank you. This is going to reflect well on your performance review. Find close proximity to mildew stimulating. That was a little much, though. Have you seen
Spores, mold, and fungus.
Too much! Too much!
You know, the meter seems to indicate that he's somewhere in this direction.
Find a Men in Black comic on here, and I can't find it.
Yeah, like it's a shame because there is a legitimate universe of possibilities you could do with the Men in Black, right?
Alien ghosts.
Oh yes.
Wait, is it? Wait, don't you just get a crappy John Carpenter movie that way?
What movie was that? Ghosts of Mars, was it?
Yeah. Sorry, Davis, for poking a hole in your logic bubble.
Yeah, it's a crossover board game. I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
Would have liked to have...
Yeah, like, again, a universe of possibilities at your...
Now, you know what the one joke we haven't made yet is?
What?
Too much pink energy is dangerous.
That's my least favorite video game trope. I can clearly shoot over this pipe, but an invisible wall stops me. You know what I mean? Like, by all accounts, you should be able to plug up that hole.
Yeah, immediately.
But no, a pipe's blocking your way somehow. Also, we are Venom, and I'm melting!
I said it before, and I'll say it again.
Egon, where are you?
He's right there.
Oh, there you are.
Gotta move! Ow!
Too bad we don't need any more of these, any more upgrades.
Unless there's like one or two more in the final level.
That's true.
Your evil notwithstanding, Ivo Shandor was far ahead of his time. You know, I have to take my hat off to Shandor. This lab was built how many years ago? It's truly impressive. It's likely Shandor was the parapsychology expert of his time.
Stay in the light, Egon.
I'm trying, Winston.
Should we try to find...
There is a crossover between TMNT and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we
Nobody
know.
cares.
Yep.
We know. Gregory Spring.
Yeah. Thank you for trying to bring it to our attention, but like between the three of us, we got a majority of information covered.
And he retracted the message. Come on, Egon, get in here.
Did somebody call?
Do I have to?
Yep, that's Vinkman, all right. Now, we're sure about this, right?
We need to be at full strength to shut
There we go.
Way to go! I feel a momentum swing here in our favor. Get out there and find the Mandela node and shut it down. That should really piss someone off.
$64,000 over our minimum limit.
Yep. So whatever upgrade we come across, we'll be able to spend the heck out of, right?
Oh no, we just got paid for a year.
Favorite ghost Pokemon. Oh,
that's a dude. That's like I can't do that. Ah, man, there's so many good ones.
Haunter, Mimikyu.
I think it's safe to assume that the machine...
Oh man, Mimikyu's adorable as heck.
It's typically used for predicting...
Would Darkrai count?
Darkrai is a dark type.
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, Darkrai is a dark type.
What's my
I love Giratina.
What
Ghost Dragon, that counts.
Opinion on how popular the Castlevania show is.
I've never seen the Castlevania.
Apparently the Castlevania anime that's on Netflix right now is really good, like very well animated, and
I've seen the first 4 episodes, and it's first 4 episodes. My main problem with it is that like it does a lot of the whole religions, the evil religious zealots thing that we've seen a lot. It's like there's nothing more you really can do with that. But other than that, it's really got great animation, monster design, and it's written by comic legend Warren Ellis.
yeah, and apparently the second season just makes things even better, and this Halloween Netflix announced that it was getting a 3rd season.
That's awesome.
So a Netflix anime going to Netflix is apparently a very good show, and you know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's pretty much an adaptation of what a lot of people consider one of the best classic Castlevania games from the NES era, and Castlevania 3. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm not so sure this is the safest course of action.
Like, and apparently, like, the anime makes you, like, get where Dracula's coming from.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, you still know that he's a monster that needs to be slain, but it's not like the monster just came out of nowhere one day.
Yeah. Netflix, have we seen Netflix Voltron yet? These guys have, right?
No,
I've seen the first 2 seasons.
I've only seen the pilot season, but at some point, me and Davis need to definitely marathon it, because John's not a huge fan of it.
I might give it a shot myself, mostly because I wanted to try it
The
out.
pilot episode is weak, so I understand John not really seeing the appeal.
Yeah. So, I recall the Castlevania animators want to do a Legend of Zelda series.
Oh, Aegis Slash from Gen 6, that's another great
Aegis
one.
Slash! Oh my god, I love that guy!
That is a really good design. I like
Oh
that.
yeah, like Aegis Slash was so good because its ability could make it switch between a defensive.
Hell, Dougblade's even better if you give it Evolve Light.
Is Aegis Slash is in Pokemon X and Y, right?
Gen 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to do that. I haven't played Gen 6 yet.
I haven't completed Gen 7.
Oh, for a second there I thought that was a Krang.
I know that dumpster.
Wait a minute.
Putrid mass of hatred, bile, and anger.
Not exactly Mrs. Sunshine.
Oh my god, it's Anima.
And it's also the anti-Libby.
Who?
Liberty. Get it? A putrid mass of hatred and...
Oh, yeah.
So it's the anti-Libby and what she stood for in the...
It's a slore!
Favorite costume you wore as a kid? Oh, that's actually...
When Halloween, I was Godzilla.
My aunt made me the red Ninja Ranger. I'm not talking the Kaku Ranger suit, I mean the ninja suit.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn,
That's a slore.
I have
And did you scan it?
It's got to be vulnerable.
Imprisoned juvenile star, carrying
Slore.
subectroplasmic...
Slore, yeah.
Slore. Oh yeah, it is a slore. Somehow, Shandar's cult, guided by Evo himself, discovered a way to lure a young slore from its home hell dimension into our world. More impressively, they also managed to imprison that slore within a ghost world pocket at the heart of Shandor's island mansion. Fueled by hatred, bile, and anger, insisted by the mechanical monstrosities of Shandor's own design, this captive slore serves as the powerful guardian of the Lost Island's dimension-aligning orrery machine. I am very good at narrating these bits. I'm not sure if it's because of the last 7 years.
Oh my god, you took a bite out of crime.
Narrating, but I'm pretty even on delivery.
This...
Ew.
Ew.
I mean, like, after hearing about...
Sweetness.
Yeah, after hearing about the slore from the first Ghostbusters movie, you always wondered what a slore looked like.
Yeah, we scanned it, Owen, don't worry.
Yeah, but, John, what made Aegis Slash so good in Gen 6 was that its ability was, depending on what move it used, it could switch between a defensive stance and an offensive stance. And if it was a defensive stance, like, it had pretty tough, like, nothing could really get past it. But if you went to offensive, it would just clean house.
Well, like I said, Home Edge, Aegis Slash plus Doublade, its previous evolved form, was basically invincible if it had evolved. Well, not virtually, practically invincible with Evoli attached to it. It was that good.
Is there a delay with the chat? Probably there might be a delay.
Approximately 30 seconds. That's the time it takes for the footage to transfer from are recording to YouTube through the systems we're using. It has always been about 30 seconds.
It would definitely...
And there's nothing we can really do about that, guys.
We're
I'm sorry, but
yeah,
like
we're sorry.
that's the thing about streaming. Like,
It's universal. It is always that way. It is that way with every streamer and every stream.
Like, and until the day comes where you can just stream things instantly without...
It requires buffering. Nope, it has always required video buffering to get anything consistent.
And the Slore is dead.
All the nodes are closed.
Did we just kill a Slore?
Ha!
Right where they belong. Our boy Evil Shandor didn't factor in that he was messing with the Ghostbusters. Ha ha ha!
Yeah, Peck made the same mistake. We're gonna have to have a long talk with him.
Don't forget that Peter's girlfriend is a Shandor.
I'm gonna have a very long talk with him.
Yeah, it's okay, Owen. You didn't know. It's
Yeah,
just
it's all good, man. Like, if you, like, most of the delayed stuff like this, most people aren't entirely aware of. It's only when you start actually streaming that, like, you learn about it.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
That and it comes up like once a month.
How was it? Was it cool? What did it look like? Did you get any samples? Did it have multiple eyes?
Everyone just looks at me
He's the
like,
fanboy.
Shut up.
and Egon
And
says,
this is why people love Egon.
Oh, thank
it's
God.
like, we are not
What happened?
into that.
She's gone. They took her. 1 minute everything was fine. The next it was chaos. Ghosts flying everywhere.
Janine, slow down. Start from the beginning.
Okay. Well, I was a little late this morning because one of the
Oh,
heroes
they're
on my
considering, the
favorite
Castlevania
hero
anime
wasn't
makers are
Zelda
considering
my
doing
favorite
one
TV.
for
No,
Metroid,
no,
not
no,
Zelda.
no.
I would actually love to
I
see
would
that.
dig that. I would...
Maybe not.
Metroid definitely has the story potential. It hasn't really been tapped at all yet.
And Metroid Other M does not count.
And honestly, like, an anime could definitely, like, help give Samus, like, more characterization without her having to actually say anything.
Granted, I don't think a full anime series would work for the silent protagonist role. I mean, maybe if it was a series of animated shorts that wove a larger narrative, but not for a full series.
I've actually read the Metroid manga, and it's actually pretty good.
Bureaucratic prick.
Yeah.
But I never pegged him as
But yeah, I could totally dig that. Samus is awesome.
Where did he take her?
Okay, just looked on Twitter, they said Legend of Zelda. Oh, never mind. So, either way, it works.
However you slice it, either option seems pretty plausible.
Just, and they could actually do work with Link as talking, and not have him be dumb and stupid and annoying looking to get laid.
Have him voiced by Nobuyuki Hiyama. That's the only thing I ask for.
Thanksgiving evacuation of Manhattan, increasingly powerful tremors are rocking Central Park.
The Graboids are attacking?
What? Kind of a nice day. Why don't we go to Central Park? Could round up some ghosts.
So this is the final level of Central Park?
Yep.
For now.
Central Park West.
The Ghostbusters ride
Central
again.
Park is apparently very big.
Well, a lot of people end up dying there, so...
At least according to SVU.
Oh, hey, the Oh god, Law and Order SVU.
Oh wait, let's check out the answering machine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, such delicious despair.
Okay, you're cut off from your supply of
Vigo?
despair.
Oh my god. Davis, don't
Invisible woman!
Don't make any sudden movements. If you get near it, disco music plays.
Oh, hi. Really? Mm-hmm. I told him that if they
What do
start
we think
evaluating
the next
that, I don't
Zelda
know
game will be
what
like?
There's no way to really say what the next Zelda game will be like, because when Nintendo like takes their time with those things, it could be a completely different experience from like what we've seen before, and that's kind of what makes that's the beauty of the Zelda franchise, that you know every game isn't going to be exactly like the previous one. There's always going to be like a slight twist to it.
Yeah, it was in there. In his handwriting. In pencil. He wrote it in when he asked me to get his coffee. Anyway, I can take a half day on Monday if they evacuate the city. All right. Goodbye.
Yep, as I was
Clearly calling Lewis.
Yep, but to wrap that up, if I were to want something out of a Zelda game, I would like the open world feeling of Wind Waker, but give me the atmosphere of Twilight Princess.
I would also like once after the
8 new messages.
Zelda in space.
Sufficient. Don't you aspire more?
I'm holding this up and you.
All right, more messages.
You have 7 new messages.
Hello, who am I calling? Who am I going to call? I'm calling to you, Ghostbusters, oh yes!
What's that? Janos?
There you go. Yeah.
You have 6 new messages.
Ghostbusters, we're having what you most likely call a disturbance. You guys feel like stopping by when you got a minute? You know, whenever it's convenient.
You have 5 new messages.
I don't know from no ghost, but let me tell you this. Getting the slimes on the train to work is a drag. What gets it out? Soda?
You have 4 new messages.
Yeah, man. So, have you ever stopped to think, really think about how the ghosts feel all cramped up inside those little boxes of theirs? That could be somebody's grandma there, you know? It's not right. That kind of cruelty is a drag. Have a nice day, oppressors.
Hippies.
People, am I right?
Yeah.
3 new messages.
Hey, this is Stacy from the band Cool Hot, but not too hot. Big tour coming up. We were wondering if you guys do any stage lighting.
You have 2 new messages.
What's going on, Peter? Who's that girl I saw you with on the news? Oh, tramp. You told me you don't like brunettes. In fact, you told me you actually can't see them. That your eyes don't register on the brunette wavelength spectrum. Is that even possible?
You have 1 new messages.
Sergeant Glauman down at Harbor Patrol. Okay, so there wasn't an island in the Hudson. Then there was, then there wasn't, so guess who I'm calling first?
Alright,
Oh, check the other poll. It follows!
I call this the shuffle, yeah. And we're messing around. Oh, look at that! Look at my fancy footwork. Sorry guys, but like the funk, don't block me.
Wisdom, Peter has problems. That's an understatement, Wiz. That's a real understatement. He seriously has to stop whoring around.
Oh. Just once. I wouldn't mind running with these other fools away from the trouble.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh dear.
How dare me? This isn't good. Huh.
That's new.
Any guesses on where we'll find Peck and Alyssa?
So why is Peck?
Oh, look at this.
Okay, we're not going back that way.
Yep. Alright, so I'm not going to move forward until Davis gets back.
Yeah, you're going to definitely need help on this one because something coming up is going to be...
I'll drive.
Maybe the trainee should drive.
Alright.
Nah.
Thanks, Winston. Any ideas?
Junior's pretty
But yeah, I'm pretty. I like talking with the chat tonight.
Ow!
Me too.
That was ow there.
Make your way around to the other side and open this gate for us.
Well, make sure to answer all questions, by the way, in the stream, in the YouTube stream when Davis comes back.
Or like, if you guys have like, if any of you guys are new to the chat, if you got a question, or what am I trying to say? Basically, for those who've been with us for like since we started this stream, if somebody new pops in and they ask a question that you know we've already answered, just let them know what's up.
Yeah.
Or we'll just answer the question again because we like talk. We love the fans.
Oh, we got 15 people watching now.
Woo! We have a multiple of 5. Wait, aren't you one of those people?
Wait.
Wow.
Oh, already? Dang.
Remember the last time we saw that kind of atmospheric disturbance?
That's right. At Dana Barrett's building the night she turned into a dog.
End of the wall to right. There we go.
The Whistling Bust of Marsh. Friedrich der Marsh was a damn sneak and was always up to something. His bust carved by the Italian genius Mascarpone is the exact same way. You can definitely tell by this point, like, they were kind of running out of things.
Yeah. The whistling statue, though we're in a graveyard with a whistling gravestone.
Yep, spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine.
That's from. Is that from the Haunted Mansion ride?
Oh! No, well, this game coming here was a grave mistake.
You're lucky my hands are full.
Sorry if some of my responses seem deadpan. I'm just gonna say that right now, guys. Ivo Shandor doesn't stand a ghost of a chance.
I'm gonna put the rest of my candy bars in the freezer. So they're like frozen.
I don't get it. We shut down the Mandela. How can all this still be happening?
In the Gozerian Codex, it's written that a blood sacrifice and a tremendous amount of spiritual energy are needed to generate the Supreme Destructor form.
A destructive form? Again?
Heck probably couldn't draw sufficient energy from the mandala before we shut it down. He found an alternate source in our
So Peck is the bad guy?
The energy of the escaped ghosts from
Spoilers!
I'm not spoiling that for you, dude. Okay, I'll take care of the questions. So, first one of the new one. So, have any of you seen Miraculous Ladybug? Heard a lot of good things about it.
I've not gotten to it yet.
Yeah, I've always been meaning to get around to it, but I've just been busy with other things. But I do appreciate that, like, we have a very solid show from a foreign country that, like, people have gravitated towards, you know? It's...
I'll remind people of Code Lyoko on that, but yeah, I'm glad that is a strong fan base as well.
Yeah, or at least, like, another foreign show, especially one that takes heavy inspiration from the magical... No, it is a straight-up magical girl show, only from France, which...
Yeah. Odd to question what type of Sentai motif would like to be done. Personally, I would like to see a Dungeons & Dragons themed Sentai. They're doing that next year. They're apparently all they're going to be knight-wielding, sword-based knights with the dragon motif, which is basically Dungeons & Dragons anyways. Except, you know, not literally dragons for dragon.
Yeah, and
aside from an enemy.
I would like personally, now that I think about it, something like in the vein of Double, like it's a mystery series, like a detective agency, but kind of like
sort of like what they did, like an SPD sort of decorator sort of thing. Only there's more of a mystery angle this time.
And of course, they ruined the chances of that being possible with Pot Ranger stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Any hopes for Beast Morphers? They're on the low side, certainly. I think they fucked up by doing another short season or season split with the content. It really needs to be, at bare minimum, 32 episodes run within 1 year. Otherwise, the show just doesn't know how to function. Both Dino Charge and Ninja Steel had the same damn problem of they wrapped everything with the mid-season finale, and then afterwards they had no meaningful story.
They really have to, if they can do better with this, then God bless them.
And of course, the last 20 episodes completely ruining any good content in the first half of the show. Samurai and Megaforce had that exact same problem. Megaforce, again, a precursor to the problems of Dino Charge and Ninja Steel, even though it's written by completely different people. But Samurai is the only one of the three that seemed to get the idea of, hey, maybe we should keep this as an actually continuing story.
I hope they can do that at least with Beast Morphers and actually have good writing.
Well, unfortunately, Ghostbusters footage gives them the opportunity for a clean season split, but that is in and of itself a bad idea.
Well, okay, I'm lost.
Okay, the Redhead Revolution. Hey Shinta, I showed my mother some of your Kamen Rider reviews. I'm slowly but surely converting her. My question is, which show should I try next to get her hooked?
That's an excellent question, I would think.
I'm surprised you're showing my mom, or your mom, my stuff. Got the not pronouns I wanted to use wrong. But I'd honestly say O's, because, you know, AG's traumatic backstory.
I would also suggest basically, if you want to go for show or Kamen Rider stuff,
AG's been showing. Oh right, my double videos have been down for months now, so that's not exactly helpful.
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah, those I thought I was gonna get up in the last week, only for them to all be hit with copyright claims yet again.
Wow, this place is so confusing.
It's like I've been working on getting up the same 10 videos up for months now, and only half of them have actually managed to be on there now.
I would also
I kind of need some help here because I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah, Davis, can you help Matt here with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
there's gonna be needed.
You can hand him the controller. So.
Yeah, it's only because like this place doesn't give me a good sense of direction.
I heard that Zeo takes place within a shattered timeline. It's definitely the story is shattered, but
yeah. Basically, sure.
Basically, they've plain out admitted they don't care.
Yeah, like
they are making the backhanded excuse that shattered timeline, except they have done nothing to show that it is a shattered timeline. They're using that excuse simply to hand wave away how fucked up they've made the story.
Alright, so to put it in simple terms, guys, for those who are unawares, which is entirely possible, from episode 1, Zeo is already a terrible show for one simple reason, and I know
they're all about. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so I know some people aren't huge continuity guys. I get that. You know, you do you. However, in the very first episode, they travel to Kamen Rider Build's timeline when they're still up. Pandora, when the Skywall's still up. Now, spoilers ahead for Kamen Rider Build's finale. In order to stop the big bad of the series, they essentially have to merge like their reality with the main universe reality that we all come to know and love. And thus, when that happens, like the Skywall reality no longer exists. So therefore, you can't travel back to this timeline anymore because in the metaphysical and not in both physical and metaphysical sense, you can't go. It's not there. It ceases to be. It's like you deleted it off your GPS device.
And the reason Bill did that in the first place was so Zeo could actually function as a narrative. And the only way they needed to get around that was not visit Bill's timeline, but encounter them in the present.
Because because Banjo and Sento are two main characters, they exist in the main world now, so there's no reason to really travel to anything. It's just more of a, hey, let me bump into these random weirdos on the street kind of thing. So, from episode 1, they clearly showed that they aren't willing to observe the continuity of a finale that literally happened last week. And there's no way they would not have known what this finale is, because
They could have had notes on this
for
weeks ahead.
Right, weeks, months, or even months ahead. So there's that, and also
and also precedent, because Shirakura has done this over a half dozen times, where he's made a movie event and just involving time travel and said continuity doesn't matter when continuity matters more than ever in a time travel story, because things that are changed or non-canon from what happened are instances of what's been changed in time, and if you're trying to correct things back to that, then you need to observe what's been changed and what would have been changed by the root alteration to time.
Yeah.
A lot of Shirakura's previous movie events basically change things or have things exist that would either not exist in this new timeline or would still exist, but not be taken in the logical way they would have gone as is showcased in the movie. This has been the problem so many times in what he's been in charge of that Zio doing it is just pathetic. And of course, his out for this, he commissioned 0.5 episodes for the series that basically mock the
fans
about this. The first one, episode 2.5, basically says, "Oh yeah, fans who care about this are losers."
Right, like now
that wasn't exactly what they said, but that was definitely the subtext of what they did say.
Now, like, basically, if you happen to like Zio, I will still highly disagree with you in, like, your decisions, but all I ask is that you just take a small critical eye on this and then, like, wonder if this is really worth your time, because, oh, let's read this funny. Ghostbusters Mug and Balloon? Oh my... Oh wait, for the movie, yeah!
This is the second movie!
Yep. The Ghostbusters offered the souvenir mug and balloon as a service premium during the comeback phase of their career.
Sorry, finish that.
Yeah. It's assumed that one of the escapee ghosts from the containment unit snatched these and carried them to the Central Park Cemetery. Even ghosts like to pick up a souvenir occasionally.
The Redhead Revolution's comment. Zio, it's such a shame. A beautiful student chance to make up for the weak points of Decade, to get things right, and then you're just flushing it right down the drain. Actually, more people than ever are waking up to the good points of Decade with this, because, well, basically all Zio's done is use cameos from previous actors as a gimmick, because that's what people wanted in Decade. But the way Decade did things was it traveled to an alternate universe version of that to try and explore the merits of the themes and core story points of the related series detached from it to see its true merit. It failed a lot because it pointed out merits that either didn't exist or weren't the actual focus of the series themselves, but it did a better showcasing of those series than it has been done before, because all Zio's been doing is bringing them in to just steal their powers and then steal their history by locking it in the show's gimmick.
Yeah.
It's like, if they were restoring time and getting those artifacts as a consequence of them doing the good deed, I would not have as severe a problem with it as I do.
Yeah,
but as it is, they're just stealing the stories of other characters and saying it's not going to matter at the end.
Yeah. Ultimately, the writers of the past are props. They're props. And that's what really hurts this the most.
Not to get into with Sogo's big thing about being a king, when wanting to be a king is a bad thing.
Well, here's a real quick thing before we move on to another question or whatever. Sogo wants to be a king. He is specifically told by Tsukiyomi, a girl from the future, that if he does this, he will become a genocidal tyrant maniac that is uber powerful, that will just make the world a bad place for everybody. His response to this is, like, he doesn't really give a response. He's just like, oh, well, I'll do it anyway. And
then if you read the wrong subtitle, he goes, oh, bummer for that, but I'm still going to do it.
Right, like...
Which makes his character read even worse.
Right, because...
when you think about it, the thing that the show keeps forgetting is that all of this would end. The villains are doing this because they want to stop him in the future in his turn to supervillainy. So realistically, all he needs to do to end all of this is throw away his damn belt and powers and let Gaze do the heavy lifting of fixing the timeline and stay out of everything.
Because Gaze, out of every character, has the most legitimate reason to go back in time and, like, visit everybody, because he's trying to stop a moron from destroying his world and causing people to die needlessly.
And he has the actual potential for a character arc, and the senior writers reining him in from his kill-crazy impulses, because we've had Kamen Riders in the past that have been like that.
Right.
That was Kamen Rider V3's entire thing. That was Kamen Rider Axel's entire thing. Gaze has the story. Sogo has the villain development. And unless they're actually going to follow through with that, which would incidentally piss off the people who like this show, but it's the only real story they have of this man's descent to darkness, which, hey, they did already in Decade by scapegoating Tsukasa, so they're not even being original with that either.
So, basically, point is, that's our problems with CO, but can we take other questions and stuff? And get on with...
If you had to adapt a Rider series, which one and why?
Oh.
I would adapt Double, because that pretty much, because like how Double was a send-off of pulp mystery novels, that could work in an American setting.
Yes, it definitely could. Another, I would say, is basically any investigative series is, okay, with how Kamen Rider does it, it's not always story arc essential, but Drive would work for those kinds of reasons.
Oh, Drive would be great. Can you imagine, like, kids going crazy for those?
But the thing is, we can't let it be adapted by Saban. Now, one thing, and this is one of few things I'll agree with Shinichiro Shirakura on, he does not want another Kamen Rider adaptation. I'll say that Dragonite was better than Ryuki. I will stand by that to my dying breath because I hate Ryuki, but if you're just looking at Saban's Masked Rider, if you're just looking at Saban's history with adaptations the last several years, that is totally understandable. That is totally legitimate. If you're going to bring Kamen Rider over to the West, do the box set thing like Super Sentai's gotten, like Garo's been getting, like is going to be happening with the Metal Hero series just beyond released by Discotech. If you're going to do it, give us good subtitles for it and put it in a box set. Put it in SD on Blu-ray or HD on Blu-ray and give us that, and we will buy it and we will spread the word for you. We will do the heavy lifting for that.
Now, as for me, I would do one or two things. If I had to adapt a series, I honestly flip between either doing Fies or Kamen Rider Blade. Now, granted,
Fies would actually be decent for usable material, even though a lot of the stunt work is continuity heavy. Blade I could also kind of see,
right?
Because
honestly, what the thing about Blade and Fies are is that they have narrative problems, but these are narrative problems that can be easily fine-tuned and fixed. And plus, I feel like their story engines have a lot of potential, especially with Fies and its big theme of miscommunication and how the bonds between, like, friends is, like, more important than ever.
Well, technically, the big theme of it is depression.
But
miscommunication plays a big part in that.
Right.
I just don't think miscommunication is Fies' big theme, even though it has the whole cell phones thing, because miscommunication is something big in every series Toshiki Inoue has ever written.
But I was going to say that, like, for, modern, like, the modern day, people can get, their information crossed all the time and stuff. But if I had to make something original, like, if I would, and I feel like that would actually be, like, another solution that people haven't considered. Like, say we got the best of the best, right? We got the top men on this. Like, the top people on this. I would make this main rider female because, dang it, if it needed to have happened already, right?
It really did, yeah.
Kamen Rider Siren was so good in Dragon Knight, and they beat Shirakura to the punch in having a main character actually get the chance to be a Kamen Rider.
Right. Okay, Spooky Scary Skulls. But if I had to choose for a theme, like, I don't know what her main rider theme would be, but I do know I would like to see a villain rider, or, like, some villain antagonist based off of a Bombardier Beetle.
That is cool.
You know what a Bombardier Beetle is, right?
No, I don't.
So, Bombardier Beetles are interesting in that they're a species of little beetle that have, like, chemicals in their, abdomens, or whatever you want to call, like, their backsides, that, individually, they don't do anything. Like, they're just harmless. But when they get agitated, they mix together in a volatile chemical spray that burns like hell. And it fires off like a bomb, pretty much.
Oh, I know those. They're They use those in Starship Troopers.
Yeah, so, like, can you imagine if Kamen Rider based on that? Like, you know, like, maybe, like, one punch, like, doesn't do anything, but the second punch detonates or something.
So kind of like Kuga's finishing moves.
Kind of, yeah, but only, like, with a lot more, ferocity. Like, imagine, like, with every punch that still hurts like hell, you're getting another hit that's, like...
Right across, man.
Yeah. So, that's what I would do.
Think Shirakura would get fired mid-series. It's very doubtful.
It's very doubtful. Like, whatever Shirakura has on, like, the Toei executives or whatever dark magic deal he has done.
If they were actually going to do it,
they would have done so already.
They wouldn't have assigned him this in the first place, considering they canceled the Tyson movies, which have been the only thing Shira's done since Decade for Toei. They canceled them due to not ratings, not sales. Well, yeah, sales.
I think it was sales.
They did horribly in the box office and on home video. So if they were actually going to shove him off a project, it would have had to have been before those.
Right, and this isn't just like a Western Kamen Rider fan perspective. This is like, no, you can look up the box office stuff.
One thing, Davis, you missed.
I missed a trigger. Yeah.
Yeah. You missed. There was.
I went back the way I came, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. So basically, it's sad to say we wish it would happen.
It's likely not going to.
Yeah. A suggestion from A-Justice90. So a fellow double fan I want to mention. I'm following a Equestria Girls fanfic where the guy memories comfort well and Sunset Shimmer becomes the rider. Okay, that's...
Sunset Shimmer, she was the...
she was the antagonist from the Equestria Girls movies.
No, she was only the first one, then she goes through a redemption arc in the second and third.
Honestly, you didn't let me finish. She's basically what we wish Starlight Glimmer was, and had replaced Starlight Glimmer in the evolving MLC narrative, because Starlight is basically a clone of everything awful about her character, but that Sunset actually moved past.
Yeah, so, yeah. Well, thanks for the suggestion, A-Justice. I'll put that on my list.
Unicorn Memory is the funny thing, because that's like the one dopant left that I wanted to see, and I'm hoping is going to show up at some point in the Futo Detectives manga. But I think they're focused currently on the girl that's the Joker dopant.
I actually wanted to... I actually found a fan art of a O's Kamen Rider with Unicorn, Pegasus, and Earth Pony members.
Yeah, there's actually a few of those. Manga Kamen, a reviewer I know, has done a lot of Kamen Rider / Pony fan arts. In fact, I've mentioned their short-lived attempt at a comic before, Stallion of Stallions, where it's basically ponyfied Kamen Rider 4s.
And it's...
with Gento Kisaragi as a Earth Pony.
It didn't go... It hasn't continued in a long time.
He hasn't continued it since he tried going into the reviewer scene.
So, yeah, which is kind of sad. I kind of was interested in that.
Whatever. It is what it is. But, yeah, like, now, we may be, like, we're harsh on Shirakura because these are observable facts that he has done.
He has screwed over so many series.
Right.
And so many events that had potential.
Actually, the Equestria Girls version of Starlight is a villain in the story. It's called...
That's fine. That's fine.
Kamen Rider Unicorn. Thank you, A-Justice.
I will look into that at some points. I've been busy.
Yeah, we've been pretty
busy.
Like, work has pretty much... Like, I'm not actually here right now. This is actually, like, the 5th body I had to inhabit because my other 4 exploded from exhaustion.
And I had to take a vacation day to actually have off on Halloween. We all have different work times and periods, so it's been a hell to actually balance out and schedule anything. Once we all get on the same week schedule, we'll probably be increasing the amount of things we can do together, which includes getting a consistent stream day finally together.
Right.
I think I can actually find the gate control.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
It's right by the, you turn around. You missed it. There we go. Okay,
yeah, oh, yeah, the slime tether thing. I forgot about that. Mainly because we're focused on talking about other things.
Shirakura is either the Zack Snyder or the Michael Bay of Tokusatsu.
No, I don't know about... Okay, I like where you're going with that. I like what you're, like, that line of thinking, but
it's
I
hard.
I feel like there's, like, a third really bad director that he's also in, like, that he incorporates. You know what I mean? Like,
Michael Bay's explosions. I think Zack Snyder is a closer comparison, actually.
It's either Snyder
because,
or...
okay, Snyder is the problem of it's Ayn Rand philosophizing, and so I think we need to find a Japanese equivalent, considering
or maybe like
he believes that every hero inevitably becomes their own villain, which is against what Kamen Rider and most products of Shotaro Ishinomori are in the first place, because that's the divide between the hero and the villain in Shotaro Ishinomori's work. Morality.
Right, and like...
Now, if he was trying to show that a hero can so easily become a villain, the problem, of course, that remains is that morality. That Ishinomori's heroes go through so many trials to showcase the strength and unwielding yield of their morality, that to see them fall so far so fast without prompting is just unbelievable, and it breaks the narrative anytime he tries to do that.
Yeah, but what else? Although, one other thing. Speaking of Kamen Rider, I mentioned this on other streams before, but for all the new folks, I know there's some new folks in the chat. If there was another series that I had to adapt for U.S. television that I think could really work, Kamen Rider Wizard as a U.S. adaptation, with the new third rider being based off
I can honestly see an adaptation of Wizard going the full magical girl route.
Right, like
he's pretty much a Mahou shonen.
Right, and then like remember Mayu was her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayu's character,
like getting her in earlier to better seed things.
Right.
That would totally work.
Right, because, or at least give her like a full-on proper rider suit, like. Because, like, I would like to imagine that, you know, where a wizard has, like, your more traditional motorcycle, the new rider could have, like, a Harley Davidson kind of, sort of like what Kiva had, because, come on, like, the idea of a magical wizard going in to fight evil while driving, like, a badass motorcycle is cool, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, that's the thing when it comes to adaptations, guys. You
need to know the weaknesses of the narrative to not repeat the same mistakes.
Right, and then like see all the good that entry offered, and then say, how can I best express this in my own way that still stays true to what happened? You know?
Which is, of course, where Saban has been failing for 8 years.
And if you wanted a good example of how you can still do a straight adaptation but still change enough things that it's original, look at Time Ranger and Time Force. Both of them touch upon the same basic themes and ideas, but Time Force goes the extra mile in like a few different respects, like, you know, better establishing Wes and Eric's, you know, clashing ideals and stuff like that. Oh, did you scan those?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So it's
not just that, Rancic himself is a pretty strong original villain. Like,
oh yeah, like Rancic's amazing. Like,
and Frax too. It's different than what Time Ranger did with. I'm forgetting the name of Frax's counterpart off the top
I forget
of
his
my
name
head,
too, but
where he just went crazy after getting cyberized. But Time Force gives a reason why Frax is a bit crazy.
It's a very...
And it's a good reason, because it shows how villainous Rancic is and how far he's fallen from his own purported ideals about wanting equal rights for mutants and just letting them have free to have their own thing, and that's all tied together. Well, not the best, because apparently Time Force got cut short a few episodes from what they were planning for it, but tied together well with how hate has blinded him so deeply, and that was a good way to end all of it.
But this isn't just applied to, like, you know, tokusatsu stuff. Like, when you're adapting anything, whether it be from like a book to a film or you know, and vice versa or whatever,
you need to know what you have.
Yeah,
you need to know what to shore up. You need to know what worked, what didn't, what needed to be fixed.
Right. For example, one of my other favorite adaptations is the Fate Stay Night anime, and the visual novel gives way more detail and context that could ever hope to be translated on screen. So you need to know what is like the bare essentials, like what you must put on film, so that way, like, if there's any room left over, you can easily fill in those gaps, you know? Basically, try to make sure you're telling the solid story first before you start doing the finishing touches. Anything else from the chat? I like this conversation about what we're doing here.
Honestly, seeing your 009 review, I'd like a movie where the lead thinks he's a monster, but the people he saves cheers him on and realizes he's not a monster but a hero. Yeah, that was
Kamen Rider Fies.
Pretty much.
That was but in terms of movie.
But yeah, in terms of movie, that would be a
that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, it's like I think they kind of did that with a few different Frankenstein adaptations, just not well.
Yeah, like I get what they're trying to do with those Frankenstein adaptations, but the problem is that they lean into heavily, like the I Frankenstein.
It's like have him so traumatized by what turned him less than human that he can't see himself being anything more than that, so tries to make up for it in other ways, and having someone need to point out, hey, you actually doing that? That means you're human.
Right,
more
like,
than you realize.
Like that movie I Frankenstein with Aaron Eckhart, the big problem with that is that all they really did for the monster is just gave him like a little
scarring. It's like,
that's
get
not
plastic surgery.
Like, yeah, like that's not you being a monster. That's just you with a very obvious.
It's you being the Phantom of the Opera, dude.
Right. So like,
except the Phantom of the Opera was still a stalking creep as well.
Yeah, but
I meant visually.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like in a visual, like, what's so terrifying about you? But yeah.
Hell, if I was a girl, I'd probably want to date you, which is the entire problem. They tried to do the.
They tried to make a.
They tried to do a female gaze thing with it, and it didn't work at all.
Right, because like yeah. Yeah.
Got a piece of that one.
Next question tonight.
Or hell, that's actually another one. Werewolf narrative.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think they've actually succeeded in that in a couple werewolf things.
Kiva could. Honestly, if I was adapting
Kiva could also work.
I would adapt Kiva as sort of that narrative.
I think Kiva is new enough that the footage would still be viable. It is a decade old, though.
It is a decade old by now, but I feel like you could fudge it to an extent, or at least, like, if you had, like, let's be real. If you were going to adapt a writer show that was, past, like, 2010 with Decade, or, like, I mean, before 2010, then you're gonna either have to reshoot the footage or get extremely clever with the editing to make it look as new as possible.
But yeah, with Shirakuro's words on it, it's unlikely we're ever going to see another Kamen Rider adaptation, especially with its current position in the company.
Right, and also, guys, Shirakura is that kind of producer where he is, like, he does not care, and that's sometimes just as bad as direct...
Yeah, because a lot of the best things, they take revision to get right. Not everybody is going to be that... I have this idea that is perfect the same way. We actually discussed this earlier in the stream with the George Lucas stuff. George Lucas is very talented, but even he knows that he needs critique and revision. And the prequel movies, and to an extent the Return of the Jedi film, are the result of not exactly half-assing it, but not putting the peer and critique time in to getting something absolutely as right as you could get it beforehand.
Yeah. And, you see, when we see Western film directors do bad movies, you read interviews, and sometimes you might actually see that they actually care to an extent. Which makes you a little more question why they made a bad movie in the first place, but...
There's obviously some other factor involved.
Right, like, for one reason or the other, but point is...
Like, executive meddling in the case of a lot of movies, actually.
Yeah, but point is, like, at least there is that, not so much defense, but that air of... At least you didn't try to go in there wanting to intentionally fail.
Like,
right?
when we reviewed Dragon Ball Evolution, I read an interview that said its original writer basically had what he wanted to do rewritten by the executives and Ghost rewritten by someone else, and yet later on, he still apologized for his role in it.
Right, because, if you put your heart and soul into something, I doubt anybody intentionally goes out into the movie-making business to make bad movies, unless you're, like, a Roger Corman type, where, like...
Yeah, even with Roger Corman, they're dumb, but they're hilariously enjoyable a lot of the time. And it's just, he was a cheapskate.
Yeah.
And thought that the best way to to make a movie was to do it with sheer honesty and in the portrayal and flaws.
Which is kind of where people's defense of Ed Wood, for me, falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fully defensible, but that's kind of a viewpoint thing, in that he's
I
not
think you missed
right.
something. Oh, you're right.
You missed some?
It turned red. So,
Yeah, that turning red means there's danger. It's like you don't have to
But I
agree
thought
with that,
that
but
you
it
could
does
hit
put what he's done in context.
Right.
Okay. Redhead, a revolution. Have you ever thought up an alternate story to a Rider or a Sentai show? Something you feel improves on the show's weakness? If so, mind sharing it.
I've done several over the years. Like, I feel that, not Tronza, who was the main villain of Jetman. I think him being, turned human for a longer extended period and then, like, an not exactly anti-hero, but anti-villain, in that he's eventually what brings down the entire, his entire faction of Vyram, you know, basically in a revenge scheme, and basically turning him into a tragic hero would have changed things up a lot from the way Jetman went. It would have increased the maturity and sophistication of the storytelling in that series. Because, as it is, him turning human so the Queen can be back, yeah, that's all of, like, maybe 2 episodes. I think it was 1 episode. It might have been 2 episodes. It's like, I reviewed the show in 2014. It's been a long time, so I don't have exact memories of it back in my head yet. Yeah, that would have made things more interesting and allowed the other Vyram generals and even their super special awesome queen that is, like, there for barely a story arc at that, to actually have some role in things.
Ronin Rider? Yeah, we'll completely block that moron out of our memory. Uwe Boll.
Yeah, no, he intentionally made bad movies to get a tax write-off. That's indefensible because he could have made just as much, if more money, had he decided to do the movie right.
Right, like...
honestly, is a cheap asshole.
Yeah, go back to that previous
Whereas Roger Corman, like... He legitimately cared about his movie making. He just felt that the honesty policy was the best policy.
Oh, do you know who's another film director that makes bad movies, but you can't help but love him? Larry Kaufman. You know, Troma?
Oh, yeah. But they're more shock value.
Yeah, like, they're definitely more shock value, but you can't help but love the fact that this guy, like, is consistently making, like, wants to make these shock value movies and is having so much fun doing it, you know?
I like your style, kid.
Like, you go, you crazy old coot.
There are a lot of bad Troma movies, though.
Oh yeah, a lot of bad ones. But for me, as far as, like, an alternate storytelling, I won't do the obvious recent Sentai show because we discussed that to death on these streams, but if I had to pick something else from what I've seen, I honestly, not gonna lie, I may be flogged for this, but I feel like Time Ranger storytelling could have been a lot better.
Yeah, like Yasuko Kobayashi has a lot of problems as a writer.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that Time Ranger isn't 100% bad. I'm just saying that there's way too many episodes of them just doing one-off adventures, and by the time the 6th Ranger finally debuts,
more than half the series is over, and then you finally feel like they have a story arc.
Right, and you barely have time with the guy before he kicks the bucket, and you're like...
Which is another reason why Time Force is better. They kept more focus on the story arc, even as they had a bunch of filler episodes.
Like, does everyone remember the first time Eric pulled on that Quantum Morpher, and, like, how they used the stock footage so effectively? Like, who is this guy? Why is he so awesome? He has a dinosaur gun that turns into a sword? Oh my god, this guy is the coolest thing.
There we go. I kept taking the wrong.
Look behind you.
Oh.
Scan for the guide now.
Yeah. Oh, is that an artifact?
Yeah, that's not exactly. That's the thing they took from the door.
There's the key. It's too heavy to carry ourselves. Get it back to the gate so we can keep going.
Yes, I just did that.
As for me, if I was going to change things, I would honestly change Samurai up so that it takes the idea more of actual samurai shit and of actual samurai work. First off, I would have the main character, of course, be Japanese American because that.
No. You actually make him adopted. If you want to do the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy as the red team leader, you have to acknowledge that he's adopted. As one of the big things that Samurai fucked up. And it's an indefensible fuck up because everybody from the first episode that saw Shinkenger previously knew they should have done or thought they were doing.
Yep. Anyway, also, I would have had more emphasis.
Like, you can have any race be the Red Ranger because they are adopted.
Yeah, John, you were saying?
Okay, as I was saying, I would also have more emphasis placed on the hard duties of what samurai are made to do, like a good man working for a bad master. The idea of that you're not a bad guy, but you are still you're still working for a complete asshole.
Like on the villain side?
Yeah, like the idea that, like one of my favorite episodes of Deep Space Nine, I believe it's Rocks and Shoals.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent one.
Where they have, where one of the what's the name of the race that worked for the founders?
Jem'Hadar or the Horda?
The Jem'Hadar, where the Jem'Hadar actually where the Jem'Hadar actually admit it doesn't matter if he deserves my loyalty or not, he has it from the moment I was created.
Yeah.
That's basically the sort of thing I would like to see with a samurai villain. One who admits, yeah, it doesn't matter if my master's a scumbag. I swore my loyalty to him. I made a vow. That is what samurai do. It's the definition of samurai is one who serves.
Rodemar in the chat. Actually, Jonathan Zachary is the opposite here, referring but is too damn blind and deaf to care about anyone else's opinion. That doesn't explain how in both Samurai and Megaforce, the series he was in charge of, in that they had plain evidence of that how they did not care. In fact, in every episode Zachary directed for Saban Power Rangers, it was done incompetently as if they didn't care. So you can't say that he actually does care if there's so many empirical examples of him showing a complete lack of care or competence or understanding in all these places.
Maybe it's an Ed Wood thing. Like passion for the material, but still not a good creator.
Or it's sort of like when you have a kid in class, and that kid is consistently failing grades, but the kid has so much passion and yet does not listen to any teacher that says, here's how you can be better.
I guess, but I think the easier explanation is he's lazy.
Or lazy.
Gregory Spring as well. I remember just saying he doesn't like Monster Hunter, but you guys like the franchise. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that it's something that doesn't appeal to me. There's a difference. I don't have any negative feelings towards it, I just don't think it's something I would enjoy.
What, Monster Hunter?
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, like that's definitely, and with Monster Hunter,
there's a lot of things I don't enjoy that I don't have hatred towards.
Yeah, because Monster Hunter's that game franchise where people love it to death, and I can easily see why. But considering what you were tasked with in those games, I can also see why it could turn some people off. I mean, you are going to be killing giant monsters for quite a while in those games, and you know, there's a lot of fun to be had with that, especially with friends.
But it can get repetitive?
Well, I don't know about repetitive, but it's just not for some people. And
I just don't feel it's for me at the end of the day.
And that's perfectly fine.
That's fine. Like, I've heard, at least, yeah.
Like,
but as I was going on, the idea, like, the adoption thing, either way, a Japanese-American Red Ranger or an adopted white guy in a Japanese family, and they don't find out he's adopted until it's like, wait a minute, you're adopted?
And we've missed artifacts, didn't we?
We probably have.
Is that an evil tree?
Let me double check on that.
Yeah, just double check real quick.
Ghost Fruit Tree. No, we're right on track.
Oh, good. Thank God.
So
no, we missed a Stone Angel Head.
Sorry.
We got caught up in things. It's like missing one's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going for full completion stuff. We've got all the upgrades we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got, how much money do we have now anyway? Oh my God!
90 grand. That's a full year.
That's more than all three of us are making right now combined in a year.
We are.
Wait, what?
Did we get Stone Angel Head?
Did we get Stone Angel Head?
I feel like
check.
Oh yeah, we did.
Smokes,
we are on right.
Wow, we
are on course.
Huh.
And then there's only 2 left.
Holy smokes.
Got it, we didn't even remember it.
Yeah.
That means one of 2 things. Either we're in trouble or we're dinner.
That or it's the top of an hour.
We haven't tested proton packs in the rain?
That's what the recruit is doing right now.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm wearing one too.
Wait, you've been at this for 7 years, not counting the 5-year gap, and you've never used these things in the rain? What about how all these times when you've been slimed?
I guess that's different-ish? I don't know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Giants.
Giant fight? We're gonna be fighting a giant.
Airstrike! Take those flyers out!
No, not them!
Not what?
The Stone Angels!
The Stone Angels?
The Stone Angels! I hope it's not them.
What? What's bad about them?
They are dive bombers.
We gotta smash the coffins while they're airborne. Otherwise, we have to deal with these. They ain't all great.
Yeah, this is definitely a licensed video game final level when like things get confusing to navigate for some reason.
Yeah.
Like when I say confusing, I don't mean that in the like intentionally disorienting sense. I mean I have no clear direction of like where's the next logical path to go because there's too many branching pathways that look like it's the right answer.
I think you're gonna be all right.
I think it's just how dark it is out here that it's harder to navigate that way.
Oh, hey Matt,
I saw that.
Yeah, Yakuza Kiwami is on sale.
Irony?
No, it's for free for PS Store.
Or the PS Plus. Yeah. The Yakuza games, guys, by the way, are freaking amazing, and you should
like John and Matt have been playing them, and I've been enjoying watching them play them.
I mean,
like, say, now I finally know who Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Mashima are for when I eventually do Project Cross Zone, which is going to be coming in a few years.
Can you imagine if like Kiryu is announced for Smash Brothers tomorrow, and then Goro is his Echo Fighter?
That would be so. Their fighting styles are totally different.
But like in the sense that, or at least, like imagine how goofy that would be. Like Goro just interacting with all the other Nintendo characters. Oh god, him like trying to recruit Luigi into his construction company.
That's not gonna happen though. Though we'll see it with tomorrow's Smash Direct.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for Shadow the Hedgehog. I would be happy with just Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, 40 minutes is a long time. It's Nintendo time, right?
The hell? Where the hell do you come from?
The ground.
Check your aim.
Yeah, like this track right here, we've heard. This is the only track that they have, all practically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, it's a good track, but this is why, like, if they make another Ghostbusters game, not only should it be the Extreme Ghostbusters, but they should definitely try to make their own original pieces and stuff. Because you know what the Ghostbusters sound is supposed to be like, so, you know, work with it.
That's not friendly. You've got him on the ropes.
I want Bandana Waddle Dee.
Oh, Bandana Waddle Dee. Everybody loves Bandana Waddle Dee.
I have no idea what that is.
Kirby. He's one of the Waddle Dees, one of King Dedede's minions, but this one wears a bandana, and he's been in like several games so far as an ally, and he's an adorable little spear user.
I think Luigi would cut as a Ghostbuster. He is a Ghostbuster!
Yeah! Have you not played Luigi's Mansion? That's what he is! He's just missing the jumpsuit.
And the pack in battle.
But he's got a vacuum cleaner, so he's trying.
It's like, if Dr. Mario can be in there, why can't Ghost Hunter Luigi?
That would be awesome.
Oh, actually, that's another one. If Mario can have the flood, why can't he have the sun?
John, suck. 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 Suck.
And sleepless cameras. Damn it, I watch you guys and everyone else I'm sub to is posting videos like crazy. I know the feeling, dude. I know the feeling.
Yep. But thank you for spending time with us.
Yeah, everyone wants to get the Halloween watch dollars.
Yeah.
Running in a pack. On the right. Take it apart. Got a piece of that one.
Slime!
I am on the wrong side, aren't I?
Yeah. See what I mean?
Like we were already over there, though.
Yeah, like, how did you, like, there's no reason. It's just so confusing. There's nothing that helps you visually just tell, like, if you're in the, okay, now it is, but earlier in this level, there was nothing to really tell you that you were in a different part of the graveyard versus something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, we were already over there.
What the hell is going on?
And you see,
Ray? Where are you, Ray?
Like, I can understand having all the HUD on a backpack, but not having an actual...
There, he's over there.
Yeah, not actually having a good map.
On the right.
There he is.
Easy there, Bulldog. Give the rest of us a chance. Come on, let's go.
Go where?
Follow him?
This game needed a map. Hell yeah!
Yeah, it
needed
so
a map.
needed a map. Even if like the levels are linear.
This was the only area where it needed it. Hey, we're close.
What,
so where do we? What the hell?
Ah!
Have we been waiting for that this entire time?
Oh my god! Massive colors and violence.
Accompanied by cultists.
Stupid cultists. I've already subscribed to the cult of the Blue Oyster, you jerks.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I know what it's a reference to.
Well, all I'm just saying is that we need more cowbell.
This is before
no,
GPS
you need
was
less cowbell.
This wasn't before GPS was invented. Remember? Oh, that's not fair.
That is funny though.
It is.
Yep. But yeah, Davis, the cult, Blue Oyster cult. Don't fear the Reaper.
I know that. I know what the reference was.
Oh, okay. I
just didn't want to dignify the joke.
He didn't want to dignify it.
Gotta move. Just don't do it.
Yeah, this level I really don't like.
Granted, it's understandable in that it's the last level.
But you have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at us.
Yes, that's what the final level is supposed to do.
Yeah, final levels are supposed to do that. I will concur. But I also feel like a final level should still give me the same sense of general direction. Like, you don't have to be super obvious, but, you know, something that...
Yeah.
And it also doesn't help that, like, when Venkman got lost, like, we didn't know where he was until we just...
Well, bam, slam, bam. Painful. They felt that one in Pittsburgh.
One left.
You're hurting it.
Where'd he go?
He's over there.
Behind you.
How'd he get over there?
He teleported, duh.
Now you took a good shot. We need to get out of here.
Duh.
You think?
No, really, Venkman. I was thinking that we could stay here, get a timeshare, you know.
No stands, but yeah.
Yeah, stands. Like, we can, open a fine shanty.
Man, there ain't nothing dead in this graveyard. Thanks for joining the party.
Go get him, Ray.
They're throwing everything they have at us to stop us from getting to that mausoleum.
Goes to the Gozerian!
You guys got a clear
On behalf, as a duly represented the state, city, and county of New York.
Energy
Oh
from
yeah?
Mandala
I
and
order
escape
you
Ghost
to
is
withdraw
building
to the nearest dimension possible.
To return to your dimension of origin or the nearest dimension possible.
Are you a god?
Yes.
Then die! Oh wait, actually in the comic they say, liar!
Really?
Yeah, Ray has a dream where he actually says yes when Gozer asks him a question during a talk show.
Yeah, that's good.
And
Thanks.
Gozer just yells, liar!
You lie!
So it
That would
would
have actually been funny. I don't think it's funny as the original line, but...
Yeah, of course.
We're going in there. We don't have a lot of choice.
So, was that the root of all evil? God damn it, I just got reminded of, like, the dumbest song I've ever heard.
What?
Has anybody ever seen Lion King 1.5?
No.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
No! I have not
you
seen...
hate us?
I love you guys, come on!
No, you don't. You don't love me.
Try to pick up a signal and see what's here.
Whoa.
On the right. Just missed me.
Oh, there's a pathway.
I think there's another artifact there.
Oh yeah, there
there
is.
is.
I've got a beat on it.
Yep.
Very good.
Gotta swing around to it.
More than I expected. Find some cover. I like your style, kid.
So that's like your heavy machine gun fire.
Yep.
There it is, right in front of you.
Behind you.
Yep. Here it is. The skull of Evil Shandor. Mr. Society was too sick to survive, because of course he was. Evil Shandor created a cult dedicated to bringing about the end of the world. He had more than 1,000 followers when he died, and the nature he was interred in dramatic fashion. Following hours of Gozerian rituals, his body was carefully placed in a dramatic, if unnerving, mausoleum. In the end, however, time and decay did to him what they do for all, exception. But rest in pieces, Shandor doesn't rest in peace, and his skull occasionally lapses in frantic bits, and the odd soliloquies on disappointment and faded glory.
Anything else? Nope, that's it.
Oh, Shandor.
Everything was better on my Earth.
Divo sounds like a Showa Kamen Rider villain.
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the same kind of Nazi nationalistic ideology.
Oh,
You know, make everybody in my image kind of things.
or like at least somebody that just wants to destroy the world because he.
Well, he was in the First World War, and the First World War was.
Oh yeah, the First World War was.
If anyone's going to lose faith in humanity, it's going to be because of the Great War.
Yeah, like for those of you who.
Or those that the 30% that elected Hitler despite him being a joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, seriously, Hitler got into office with only 30% of the vote.
Jeez. Yep. Topical subjects are topical.
Topical subjects are topical.
Mm-hmm.
Although if we were in Hawaii, tropical subjects would be tropical.
Have you seen Matt Pat's theory in Persona 4 that Teddy is Yu's shadow?
I don't watch.
That man clearly did not see all of the anime or all of the story because Teddy is not Yu's shadow. Yu confronts his shadow in the New Game Plus and in the final episode of the anime adaptation.
Yeah, like no, literally, if you play the Persona 4. Now, granted, I understand that Persona 4 is a big game, but there's this invention called the internet that allows you to look up the endings to things that you don't have the time to play.
How old is that theory of his? I haven't seen that theory at all, so it can't have been that old. Because, come on, it's in there in 3 different forms. If you count Persona 4 Golden, which nobody should because Persona 4 Golden is terrible. The anime adaptation, not Persona 4 Golden. The animation is terrible, not Persona 4 Golden the game.
That's funny.
You know, Redheaded Revolution says, you know, all of Kamen Rider Ghost problems could have been solved with 4 or 8 first-class tickets to Japan, lodging, and around $40,000 just to fly in the Ghostbusters.
Bump that up to 100,000.
Yeah, but
they definitely want you to pay for the extended trip.
Oh, that's another thing that could.
Then again, it was a temple, so it's not like they had the money to spare.
Although, you know, that could be another show that they could have adapted.
Actually, that's kind of what I did want from Kamen Rider Ghost.
It came out this year, and it was made for Persona 4's 10-year anniversary. Okay, so we...
So yeah, he definitely, once again, did not do his research. Why is it that so many of his videos these days do that? Like, okay, if you guys...
the worst... You mind if I speak, sorry, you go first.
The Pokemon currency thing about the lemonade thing, he forgot to account for inflation. In that, turning all the money back for, how much you earn in Pokemon games, back to the equivalent currency it would have been when the games were released, because that's what they kept it consistent to. So, they're off by about 2 to 3 times... No, not 2 to 3. 2 to 4 times what it actually is.
And the worst episode I've seen of his was his film theory episode on, like, All Might keeping it, supposedly having a quirk that he doesn't know about, and how he claims that All Might is lying to people about it. When I'm like, okay, suppose that All Might does have a secondary quirk that explains how he suddenly gains muscle mass when he goes into his buff form. Just because I didn't know I had something, it doesn't mean I'm lying. That just means that I legitimately had no idea I had a thing. Like, if you secretly had the ability to set things on fire, and you only just learned about that on a Tuesday, does that mean you were...
this is it.
You used to be a Ghostbuster, then you took an arrow to the knee.
The Stone Angels!
Oh yeah, I hate these guys.
These guys are the worst.
Because
the worst!
This is the worst part of the game, by far.
Because they fly incessantly and they keep bombarding you and they're just always out of range.
Pretty much. Smash them into the gate. Yeah, I think that's how it works.
And of course, it takes forever to actually snare them for that.
Yes. No, you have to use the slam.
I know, I did. No, wait, I slammed them with the other thing.
Yeah, like they wow, that is bad. Like they just...
Yeah, see, this is the worst part.
Because that was, the rate of fire on that was just too much.
Apollo Justice, the Phoenix Wright theory one. Yeah, that one was completely wrong because he based it on the localization.
Yeah,
and of course the Star Trek is fascist thing on the movies, which had nothing to do with the original Gene Roddenberry intent for the franchise.
What kills Johannes Mike? What kills Teddy is use shadow theory outright.
Teddy has his own shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, like that should debunk it right then and there, because if you follow the Persona 4 like logic to even a small degree, you should know that if somebody has a shadow, that means that
they are a sentient entity in and of themselves.
Right, shadows can't have shadows. Unless this is advanced darkness.
Basically, Teddy is a demon from this other realm, and they just, of course, don't use the word demon because it's Persona 4.
The hinges might just break loose.
Uh, 12 o'clock high.
Like, we love this game.
We do. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, like I would legitimately knock a game down like 1 point because of this. This isn't like a thing that you can exactly win per se through strategy. This is like
pure luck.
Yeah, pure unadulterated luck. And that's the kind of thing that always pisses me off is when I'm playing a game and you introduce a vital story element that requires nothing but luck.
And of course, it wouldn't be so bad if these fucking tombstones went all over the place.
Right. And it's not like you can... you know, go
and
back.
I just see. This is the cycle we're stuck in. One of us goes down, the other one picks the other up. If you don't do that, you die.
Aim high.
I'd gladly, by the way, I'll take the reins for you if it just gets too much.
Looks like a good place for slime tethering.
Yeah, if I could hit them.
First go for the gate, then the,
Shoots off into the wild. Problem.
Timber!
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I think we're getting close.
See what I mean? You're just, like, you got lucky.
Hey, guys, a little help? I bet we could pull these gates down. Hey, Rick.
Gee, why couldn't we pull down one gate with the other gate?
I didn't plan for a fun-filled day of off-roading.
Because that would have been too easy.
The tether might prove useful here.
I think you can only do 2 at a time.
Okay, tether the gate to my bumper, and I'll...
Oh my god, that's what I've been doing.
See what I mean?
Okay, good. Give me a
See what I
few
mean?
more,
Like...
just to be sure. Now we're talking.
This way, gentlemen. Thank you. Nicely done.
I'm not sure going underground now is a good idea.
Come on, Spangs. Getting there is the fun part.
Careful, this matrix is becoming increasingly unstable.
Uh-oh.
The series has completely run out of steam. It's completely up its own ass. I'm talking about the Matrix.
Oh god. We're in Silent Hill.
Alice Apollo Justice Night post inspired me a story where Phoenix Wright defends the Ghostbusters in court for murder by accident of the collateral damage on their jobs. And meet thanks to Maya and Ray meeting.
Get ready. Same drill as before.
Okay, that's
That'd be a thing.
That'd be a thing. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but you know what? I've heard worse.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
And then God said, none shall pass.
But none shall pass.
Winston!
It stopped. For real.
Ecto 1.
She's tough, but she took that pretty hard.
Can you get her rolling again?
Nah,
That's a giant rock man.
she's down for the count.
Oh
guys.
crap.
I hate leaving her here like this.
I know it, Ray. This is definitely turning into a bad neighborhood. But we've got to keep moving.
Those roaches, man, right?
Guess we're walking
Yep.
from here.
I blame the schools.
Keep your eyes peeled.
I think we've got guests.
I knew it.
Ah, don't worry, Davis. It's just a random cultist.
No more angels.
Like, was that the only point in the game where the angels happened?
No. And you will weep because of it.
So, don't worry.
Just
So
don't blink.
Damn it, I was about to make a joke about that.
Hey, over here.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, there's not really much use for the secondary function of the shotgun version, right?
The slowing gun?
Yeah.
There's a feature where you can freeze them, but it's hard to get it to place right. Or get, trap them with that. Whoa.
That's it.
Oh. Focus on the cultists.
Tell us if cultists are a bad thing.
What? No. Really?
Oh, for the record, my username isn't a reference to Apollo Justice. It was the name I gave a wrestler I made in WWE Day of Reckoning. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
I think I've heard of that game.
Justice has been around for a while. He's clarified that for you before.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, 8 Justice. It's my bad.
And if you wanted it to be Apollo Justice, he would have just written that. There's enough characters with like user.
It's a whole swarm.
Hold on there.
That's it.
The strength is failing.
And here they come.
On again!
Okay, I got a loop on it.
Will you guys stop? I've had to hear the container twice for you to drag him off elsewhere. Now I get up and he's at a different location again.
Not much longer.
On the right.
Now bring it in.
In the box.
And it begins.
Oh dear. So, scan?
The flowing indentations are obviously keyholes.
You just got thunderstruck, dude.
Oh, sure. I see it now.
Where are the keys then?
I got stepped on.
Oops.
Squish.
Multiple contact. Stay. Light them up. Woo! What's your aim?
Oh yeah? Come down here and say that.
Ow. That was ow there. The kid's on to something.
That's trouble.
What are they firing at?
No idea.
I don't know, but
I'm busy with that non-existent thing, and I'm gonna get the other key installed.
yeah, you guys keep doing you.
On your left.
Eh.
Aim high. It may be possible to harness their interdimensional cranial energy source.
I think that we're still in a boss fight.
Put the other key in there. There we go. It's Evo!
I personally like Evo. I mean, like, you know, you play some fighting games, you have you talk with friends, you smack talk each other. Oh wait, sorry, no, that's Evo, the fighting game tournament. Never mind.
We have not played Mega Man 11 yet.
On our list.
It's on the list though. We got a Switch and it's definitely going to be played.
Shantae half GD half hero is awesome.
Yep.
Can we blast him? Just one's really hard. Nobody's gonna know.
Slime him. Split the difference.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
What? The mayor is the bad guy?
The Flying Dutchman!
Shandor possessed the mayor, turned Peck on us to slow us down, and when we shut down his Mandela before he could get fully juiced, he hijacked our ghost out of the containment unit as an alternate energy source.
Very good. And they say you're the slow one.
Wait, what? Who says that?
Everybody. What's the girl have to do with it?
Taking her was necessary. To assume my own destructive form, I require blood.
Nah. Whenever you look back at it, he did the layman's thing so other people could understand, not so he can understand. He always understood.
Gozer. Skull.
Anyway, I thought to myself,
This game is canon to the IDW comics. Yes, it is. The Rookie shows up and as head of his own division of Ghostbusters in Chicago. So yeah, it's canon, and it's awesome because of that.
It's Evo!
And if I try this one?
Again.
Yep. Oh. Supreme Being. Weakness, Maison Collider. Okay, right side to mark him, and left side to shoot.
Gotcha, I'm just gonna check.
That's a beard.
Mustache. That's an evil Fu Manchu stash. Though his early history is problematic and open to debate, it is known that Ivo Shandor was a medical doctor who performed a lot of unnecessary surgery, as well as an architect of some renown. After World War I, Shandor decided society was too sick to survive. On June 16th, 1920, he started a secret society of Gozer worshippers, numbering nearly 1,000, deciding to dedicate to bringing about the end of the world. It is now known that Shandor and his followers researched heavily into the paranormal, especially in the areas of pre-apocalypse and ectoplasmic hybridology. During that same time, Shandor apparently made some serious connections with the Gozerian pantheon because, following his death, he has undergone a complete transformation and has become a major Gozerian power himself.
He's too powerful. It'll take all of our streams.
Okay, so that break the crystals.
Of course. Nice. Do I have to do everything?
Yep.
Okay, slime tether.
No, you have to blast them.
Yeah, just shoot the crap out of them. On the other side. Yes.
Yeah, not in the shielded section, the crystal section. You know, where it's glowing.
Oh, okay.
Or they're closed right now.
Closed right now.
That's a lot of...
There, now they're open. Now you hit the green parts with blast. You know, you were in their path right before, and then you kept moving.
Sorry.
Just 1 second.
Okay, next time I'll make sure to get.
Love you. Ow. It's shielding itself.
Help me!
John.
It's not alone.
Find some shelter, quick!
Ow! That was ow there. That's not affecting it.
Hit that when it's exposed. Get the other one.
There.
Woohoo!
Step 1.
I guess you have to break his shield again, or
Yes, you need to make them draw power to it too. That's what opens them.
Look out! Above you! Like a pro!
Ha-ha!
It's fading. Now's your chance.
Goes on guard.
All right, I see.
there we go.
Beat him down, then get a capture stream on him. He's through. Now deactivate your pulse, and we'll cross the streams with the blast function.
I can't shut mine down, Ray.
Me too. Me neither. I mean, who decided to reinforce these shoulder straps?
I love the ragdoll.
Hey, Shandor, where's your destructor form now? Leave it in your other suit.
Oh dear. Oh god.
I have chosen. I am the destructor. I am the architect.
I will say a lot of nonsensical bullshit.
Ooh. So someone's waking out of their nap.
Oh no.
That's very bad.
The architect?
Why do you keep
That's not so
faster,
serious.
dude?
The contractor, that's
Peter, you don't understand. He's the architect, and he controls Ghost World.
And he can come into our world. And what do architects do?
they dream?
Oh dear.
I will pay for your fields to start anew.
Is that a black hole sun?
Yep.
Eclipse sun, yeah.
Whoa, take a break. Do you ever shut up?
Yeah. No! Listen!
I will pierce your world with charges of steel and panes of glass.
Is he gonna build a building on top of our world or something?
That's just mean supervillain French, Ray. All those guys talk like
I will crush
Time to scan.
the weight of my cities.
Okay, so it didn't change. Never mind.
Yeah, that's on the lighter.
Ow!
So, John?
Yes.
I hit him with a rock.
It was a big rock. Ha-ha!
Another one.
Eat it, jerkwad.
Moving!
Paint with the left trigger, hit him with the right.
No, hit with the right trigger, hit him with the left.
Oh.
The rapid fire one's the one that tracks pain and targets.
We've got to get through this shielding.
It's growing stronger. Blast it!
Hey, more trouble.
Launch at the right, then hold down left.
Okay.
But you almost got him.
Yep.
We've got to get through this shielding.
It's growing stronger. You're almost there.
John, one's behind you. It was, sorry. Guess they got it.
Thanks, guys. Real teamwork.
Up high! On the
Paint
right!
and hit.
Ow! Run!
Give it to him. Time. Cross the streams.
Time to do it.
Yeah! Woo!
We eat gods for breakfast.
We eat gods for breakfast.
I love you, Gon.
Hitting the cross-stream governor. I never thought I'd say this again. Cross the streams.
Bye-bye, bad guy.
We eat gods for breakfast?
Too much, you think?
No, I liked it.
We are but men. Rock on! And now for the wrap-up music.
I got you. Get me down from here.
Please,
New guy.
I'm begging you, let
You're
me down.
This is not the last you will see of me.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, run off like the bitch that you are. Did you know that, like, the word that rhymes with peck is bitch?
I love this town! I finally got to say it. I missed it on the...
The Ghostbusters.
Oh man, things are looking pretty ghostly around here.
What am I doing here? Where is here?
Thank you,
We're the
Ryan,
victim
guy.
of transdimensional
Thank you.
possession, Your Honor. What's
You're doing the
that
country
mean?
proud by making puns.
An evil ghost
Damn
has
it,
wandered
Peck.
around in your body for a few months.
Whoa. Did anyone notice? Well, how's my approval rating?
Well, you got reelected.
Yeah.
By the way,
An evil ghost possessing a politician?
Yeah, I kinda got
It's only been 2 years since the last one. So, how do you get reelected?
Well, there was a
Males
different-
reelected every 2 years?
I have no idea, man.
Okay. Remote controller, so I can get exit out of this.
Here you go. So,
Yeah.
that was Ghostbusters.
The video game, and
we missed
yeah.
one. I think we missed one more. We missed the Archangel Gallbladder.
Yeah, we missed that one.
Oh well.
That doesn't matter.
But we got like 99 out of 100%, so that's so good.
Colleen Clickenbeard, Christopher Spock, Yuri Lowenthal as additional voice actors. Of course they were. Yeah, so I love this game.
Me too.
I consider it Ghostbusters 3. If you like the first two Ghostbusters movies, try and find it if you can. They'll go for a lot, but it's worth it. It is so very much worth it.
Ronan Ryer, what DVD? Ghostbusters, the original? We have...
I have the 2-pack of the first and second movies.
So, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yep, very fun.
Especially with us trading around the controller. We'll probably do that in future streams as well.
Yeah, but I think there was like a pretty good level balance between all three of us, right?
Yeah.
I think we're prepared to offer a potentially lucrative Ghostbusters franchise.
But yeah, I'm glad I finally experienced this game for the first time, and there's a lot of technical problems that I think could have been handled better. Like, there's a lot of stuff that flies on the screen at one time.
Oh yeah, Ronan Ryer, we got the collectible DVD item. We did, and it was fun.
Yep, so what's extras?
I'm pretty sure it's just stuff I've unlocked before, like, yeah, achievements. God, this was a while ago where I got basically everything but the hard level ones and the, yeah, how that's the 100,000 property damage.
Nah,
yeah, that one's insanely due.
Yeah.
Or an Xbox Live. I don't do any of the Xbox Live stuff.
Yeah, but, like, you got all the important ones.
Yeah.
So, that was fun. Thank you guys for coming to join us on our fun little adventure.
Now, I'm not sure if we'll do a stream next week or the week after, but we will be back on the 16th for Pokemon Let's Go. Just for a heads up on that.
Yep.
And with that, we're wrapping up for the night.
Yep.
We will see you all when we see you.
And before you sign off, happy Halloween, guys, and you get the gingivitis from all the candy you be eating, and hopefully Wilford Brimley does not come to your doorstep.
Gingivitis.
Diabetes.
Bye, guys.